Alright, so guys, I just got the news today, May 1st, that Top Shot Season 5 is due to air in a few weeks, and they finally revealed to us the list of who is reappearing on the show, so time to dive into them. I think they're listed alphabetically here. Adam from Season 1. I'm glad that they brought him back because I felt like in that season, everyone that's made the individual phase, and I include Tara as on that list, you could bring any one of those people back. I know that he's kind of controversial in his fights with Caleb, but I feel like both sides of that argument have faults, but I also feel like Adam was the stronger shooter. So this is my thoughts on him. Alex from Season 3, that's a nice choice. He's a pretty good shooter. I do feel like, however, he's a little more random because I don't feel like we got the greatest amount of camera time with him. But I thought the same way about Chris from that season, and in the individual phase, he really turned it around. So, who knows, maybe Alex will turn it around for me again. Blake, I'm really happy to see him come back. I think more people were pushing for JJ to come back, but heck, they're basically the same person, just of course different names, different skin color, different height. I'm not complaining. Brian Zins, I'm not complaining because bringing back runner-ups I think is a good idea. I think Brian is, a little less well developed because I don't really feel like, I'm trying to explain something that's complicated. Okay, let's forget about it, okay? I've got no complaints, how about that? Chi. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this choice because, okay, I didn't like Season 4, as you guys all know, but I felt like there were a bunch of people that they could have brought back, most of the people who made individual phase, and they are bringing back a couple of them, I think, because I briefly skimmed the list before making this video, but Chi, I just don't feel like there's anything to him. He's just completely random and all that. I feel like that there's way better people we could have put in there that actually had a story. Yeah. Chris from Season 1, I'm happy to see him back. I mean, like, he basically won the season. The only difference was Ian shot that one target faster than he did, and Ian went through an elimination, whereas Chris never was nominated and all that, so I call him basically just as good as Ian, and now he can do his own thing again. Gabby, I'm really happy to see her come back because she was doing great. A woman who actually had the potential to keep on going, but then she just is cut short. Just that sucked. And the sad part is, she was still, eliminated the first time she actually was in danger because, okay, every woman that has been on this show has been eliminated the very first time they're in danger. Now, that's not to say that they haven't been nominated the first time available, okay? But the first time they are at risk of leaving, they always have left. So, please break that tradition. And that is the best woman to do it. One second. Gary from Season 3. I'm really happy to see him come back because out of everyone on that red team, he was the person that I felt had the most potential, and I was right. He ended up being the last person on that team against Mike and Dustin, who I think were the best people from the blue team. And in the end, blue won the day, which I was happy about. But, hey, I was disappointed to see him go, and he is somebody that I would have chosen. Greg Littlejohn, well, I'm okay with him coming back because even though he was the person I kind of wanted to see win Season 4, I think I'm just kind of, about anyone coming back from Season 4 unless it's like Gabby or Michelle. You get the idea. Jamie from Season 2, happy to see him come back. I don't hate him as much as a bunch of the other people did, and I think this will be a good way to redeem himself, because having seen him on Top Guns, he was a lot better there, so I think it was just a bad edit. Joe from Season 2. I'm glad to see him come back. Like with him, I think Chi and Brian, he got a little bit less airtime, but he's a good shooter. He had his problems, stayed on the show, but he proved himself, and then finally George eliminated him. That's not bad. Although, this article I have here has an error. It says, Joe finished 3rd. No, Joe finished 4th. George finished 3rd. Come on, how does this happen? Kelly, thank you, because after JJ, I think he's the person everyone wanted back the most, so, thank you. Kyle from Season 4, well, he's another likely person from that casting comeback, enough said. Peter from Season 1, great choice. Phil from Season 3, interesting. Another great person to throw in this mix, and hopefully this time, he gets a more dignified exit. We'll see. William, bad choice number 2, I feel, because... Now, it's not because he isn't noticeable, unlike Chi, or because I don't like Season 4, Little John and Kyle, it's just because I don't like William. And it's not because he's black, okay, just, I did not like him. I mean, like, you could have brought better people here. I mean, like, you could have brought Mike, you could have brought George, you could have brought, who else is a good choice? Well, you guys can think of good ideas, so just, come on. And also this article mentions that somehow all 4 of the winners are supposed to help out with the show in some way, so that's pretty interesting. So now, one other question that needs to be answered. How far is Chris going to get? Because, well, haven't you noticed that every season there has been somebody named Chris, and that every time that person makes it to the finale,